Twisted Granny Tarot. Sherry at Chris and Granny Tarot. Card reading. Okay, it's February 2026, and this report is for Scorpios. The cards have been shuffled and blessed and cut, and I think we're ready to start. Okay, at Twisted Granny Tarot, we're twisted, so that's why we use a horoscope pattern, a horoscope design as a pattern for psychic readings, because that's what they are. They're psychic readings about, right now, about a whole bunch of people out there called Scorpios. I'm going to do my best to zero in on what's happening for you. Now, not all these things that I mentioned in these 12 houses are going to be applicable to you, but some of them are, because they got a lot of people to cover. Okay, so an astrology chart has 12 houses in it. Each house is designated with a particular title. Your money, your communication, your home, your marriage, your children, those kinds of things. So it's the only pattern or design that I'm aware of that covers that many topics at one time. Okay? Alrighty, so thank you very much for listening. And this is from my friend Link. He produces a calendar called A Year and a Day. And if y'all are interested in what transpired before you were born and how we got to be where we are, some of the hints are in this calendar. So we're going to flip over to the February, and we're going to find out that, Roman on the 13th, Roman parentalia, whatever that is, sounds like parents, observed until February 21st to honor dead loved ones, particularly parents. Well, I got that connection. All temples closed and all weddings forbidden. Ancestral tombs visited with offerings of wine and flowers. So this was a special day devoted to parents of all people who have passed on, and it allows a particular day for their descendants to remember their passing and bring gifts of wine and flowers to their gravesites. So, okay, that's cool. Now, are we ready? So let's do this. Okay, first house is what you're thinking about most of the time. Oh, you happy. According to this, you Scorpios are happy. Good for you. It's February, and it could be 10 degrees out there, and you're still happy. That's something. Okay, second house is your own money. And here is the Page of Rods. Now that's a face card. So I always put a modifier on top of a face card, because it gives us more information about this particular person or this particular picture. And then, what shucks, we have a, so I think your sales might have gone down for the month of February. You're not exactly at the pinnacle of your achievements, but that just might be a downturn in general world finances because of the situations we find ourselves in as a planet today. So it's only temporary, and that will change. All right. Third house is what you think about. No, this is about communication. Yakety, 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 yakety. Now, most of the time, Scorpios can hold up their own conversation, their end of the conversation, and they like doing that. But there are a lot of things Scorpios don't talk about because they're secret. Scorpios love secrets, and they love to find out what secret happened underneath the surface when so-and-so or something else was going on. So this card has to do with someone who is hard at work perfecting his craft. That's what this card is about. So you communicate your worth by working harder and adding more funds to the bottom line. That's what you do. You add more value to the bottom line, because you're not going to let that stop you or discourage you from work. 1, 2, 3. It isn't the first recession we've ever been in. 1, 2, 3. Fourth house is your home. Woohoo! Well, looky here. Oh, okay. This has to do with some kind of long-term plan, and this in the future you can see yourself either moving to another house or moving to another state when you retire. You're kind of in the process of figuring out where you want to be, and to discuss it with the people that you may be retiring with. So, okay, that fifth house is work and health. Oh, geez, what is this? We got the Tower. No, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's romance and creativity. Sorry, romance and creativity is a fifth house. Why? There's a big change in your romance and creativity. It does not have to be bad. Because you got a happy card right there. And you got card of change here. And you got a card of work here. So this just means that something is going to change about your romance and your children. And there's going to be a different attitude. Let's just say that. A different light shed upon the people you love the most and want to help the most. It just means a shifting in something. Okay, sixth house, work and health. So we got the swords. That's a communication card. Work and health, huh? Oh, gee willikers. Okay. Swords. Well, actually, this is a card of a person who is healthy and who is calm and connected and has money and has status and has confidence. Okay? So, if we add this to it, I think that this has to do with your mental attitude about being able to continue to be healthy and productive and not letting disappointments hamper you or hobble you for very long. Okay? That's what that is. Sixth house. Because it doesn't indicate you're sick. Because this is a happy, healthy woman here. And it doesn't indicate you have a problem at work because she's happy and healthy here. Now there's some conversation going on, but it doesn't affect your willingness to work or your need to produce. Okay? Okay. Seventh house is marriage partnerships and business partnerships. And this has to do with the temperance card. So, it seems at this point in time that you and your spouse are engaged in a, well, I don't want to call it a truce. I don't want to call it a truce. Because that implies you needed one. But it's a shift, like you just shifted gears, into a way of talking and explaining and thinking that allows more peaceful negotiations to take place. How about that? Because temperance is all about kindness, patience, and looking out for other people as well as looking out for yourself, and making a transition smooth. Okay, so I think that you're undergoing at the moment a peaceful period of negotiation with your spouse, and it's getting results. It's getting results. Good for you. Okay, eighth house is money from other people. Oh, looks like you're going to have to steal it. Oh no, I didn't say that, did I? Okay, but this is a person who is picking up the leftovers, so to speak. He's picking up the weapons that were used in a battle. And this person, this soldier, has come to collect them so he can use them for on his own side, on his own team, to deflect other enemies if there are any. So money from other people means income tax checks, inheritance checks, insurance checks, lawsuit checks, and bonus checks. So actually this represents experience. And you've had practice in getting money from other people or bonuses and extra money because of the way you work. And it might be because if you're a salesman, one particular manufacturer puts some items on sale and gives you a bonus if you sell them. That's just one way to capitalize on that, which is what he's doing, taking past experience and applying it to the situation he's in now. If you've already, had that kind of experience before. So, good for you. Oh, it also means you're willing to dig a little to achieve success in the world of money from other people. What do I have to do to get some more? And you take your knife and you dig around a little and see what's going on. Okay, that's 8. Ninth house is philosophy, religion, higher education, and long distance travel. Now, those are some of my favorite subjects, so I didn't mean to make it a rude remark. But this is not a happy card. This is not a happy card. So what that indicates is if you wanted to take a course at a college to get a certificate for work. Not likely to happen. If you were planning on taking an expensive vacation this year, not going to happen. It's just too. I think that you think that you need to work every possible day, even if there's no work. You have to be digging around for more money all the time, especially in a recession. So you're going to have another year, so don't worry. The trips will come around, and you may have had some beautiful vacations in the past. Okay, so this should be, wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, this is 10th house. 10th house of your career. Same old, different day. That's what this card says. So you know you have to trudge through the recession. You know you have to trudge through customers saying, I don't need that. I don't need it. No, we've decided to put a halt to purchases of X, or whatever it is that you're involved in. There's just going to be a slowdown, and the slower it gets, the more worried you become. And the slower it gets, the more frustrated and angry and disappointed you become. Now that's normal. Those are all normal human responses to a situation that you're doing your darndest to change, but it cannot change. So, sometimes, this is what I used to tell my kids, sometimes when you have done everything you can possibly do to repair a situation, or fix a situation, to encourage a situation, and nothing works, then you just have to, number one, if you'd like to call it this, let go and let God. Because if you've done everything you could possibly do, then you let God take care of it. Because it's beyond your physical reality to be able to do that. Okay? Also, I used to tell them, chop wood and carry water. If you've done everything you can possibly do to fix a situation and nothing has changed, then the equivalent of handing it over to God is to chop wood and carry water. Because if you need to be busy to keep your mind off of whatever this booger's follies is just aggravating you, then you have to chop wood and carry water. That means just do mundane, stupid stuff just to get it done. And because you know what? Sometimes people can cure their problems by completely forgetting about them. That's what chop wood and carry water does, is now you've abandoned it, and you've left it to your unconscious mind or subconscious mind to sort of work out the details. And by golly, when you're finished with that, you're going to have a solution. That's possible. Now, how many days you're going to have to chop wood and carry water, I don't know. It could be one day. So I just think that don't stop working and do everything you can do. And when you can't do it anymore, hand it over to God and keep on working. Okay? Okay, 11th house is, long-term plans. Friends in general, in particular, friends from previous employers. Okay, we got 2 people here. Oh. Well, this is the Pope. The Pope is in charge of a huge bureaucratic organization. And he's in charge of the bureaucracy, so there is a lot of bureaucracy in the church, in a large employer, a bank, a hospital, a multi-billion-dollar corporation, Ford Motor Company, General Motors, whatever it is, Harris Corporation, NASA, big money and big rules. So if who is this? Who have you made a promise to? It could be a married couple. Could be a married couple, but does not have to be a married couple. But the Pope kind of indicates it is, because he marries people. So what we have is a fire sign and a water sign and the Pope. Are you going into partnership with a person? Or a couple of people? A limited partnership because of like minds. You may have the same goals as these people. You may have the same background as these people, and you trust these people. Otherwise, the Pope would not be there. You trust these people, and if they are friends, you trust them, and you put a lot of confidence in their opinions and in their conversation with you. So, this might be a plan that may not be implemented for many years, but because if this is going to be a slow year and you don't want to have to live through very many more slow years, you might start planting little seeds to achieve some particular goal with others who may or may not be in a partnership with you. They could just be like minds, and y'all could be doing the same thing in different locations, and you're just getting together to trade ideas. But it's more than that, because the Pope is there. Okay? It's more like it's going to take up some time in your life that you may not have spent that much time doing other situations recently. Okay? 12th house. Oh, happiness, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, yeah, 12. This is what you think about when you go to sleep at night. Well, look at that. Isn't that wonderful? It is, it's about two people who like each other. And that they've been friends since childhood, and they're still friends now. So when you go to sleep at night, you actually go to sleep fairly happy and content with yourself and your life and the way things are transpiring for you at the moment. Now, let's put down another. Okay, so what we have here, we're just going to put this card here because it sort of has an effect on all the other cards. Oi, what the heck? Oh, this is a good one. Okay, the first card was okay, there's a little tiny baby idea, or it could actually be about a child. Just hold on. Then we got King of Rods. Rods governs work, industry, commerce, business, that kind of thing. Oh my goodness. So, you want to be self-employed because you want to be your own boss. This is called the High Priest. Well, they called a magician, but in effect, he plays the role of a high priest in a pagan environment. Pagans are just people who have more than one god. Oh, the original meaning of the word pagan was, country folk. What do we call them now? Let me volunteer. Hillbillies. As my family was from the South, you can tell by my accent sometimes, I'm sure, but they're from the South. And you want to be self-employed. Oh, you don't know what pagan means. That's all I was getting at, I think. I don't remember now. Anyway, so what this man is doing, and don't think you cannot do it, because you can. You can. Well, he's saying this. As it is above, so it is below. Give me what I want right now. Bring it to me today. You got to get your blood up, and you got to shake your fist and tell them what you want. And then you need to walk away and forget about it. Let them bring it to you. I'm serious as a heart attack. Because there's only so many things we can do on this plane to get what we want. Some people are really lucky and they have a lot of money and they can get everything. Well, for people who don't have a lot of money, they have to actually work and figure out how to get stuff. So, this is the number one card in the deck. This is a this man is manifesting. This is the manifest card, manifestation card. He manifests. That means he dreams up something and then he conjures it up in physical reality. Don't think it cannot be done, because it can. So, okay. If you actually conjure up something and it actually comes true, Scorpios out there, I want you to send me a reply in the comments department so we can analyze it, or so we could just look at it and laugh and be joyful. How about that? I think I'd like it. Anyway, okay. What you're having here is a period of time where not too much is interfering with your happiness. There are some disappointments. You probably won't take a long trip here. And there's something going on with your creativity and and children, but it doesn't have to be drastic. Okay? It's just a kerfuffle with romance and creativity and children, things like that. Okay. Thank you very much for joining Twisted Granny Tarot. This is Sherry. I appreciate your time, and it's been really fun. So thank you very much for joining me. I hope you come back in March. It'll be even more fun then, I promise. Okay? All right, thanks. Bye. Okay, well done. Oh.